This crazy odyssey was careering out of control, but I couldn't stop. I soon found myself on Fifth Avenue, on my way to spend time with the thin white Duke of New York, David Bowie. We had coffee and David played me demo tapes of his newest album. We decided for the interview we would do a surreal Magritte kind of setup. David looking into the camera and me looking out of the window. Why are you creative, David?
I think it has something to do with wanting to find a place where I can kind of set sail and know that I won't really fall off the edge of the world when I get to the end of the sea. That there'll just be more and more sea to navigate. There's the idea that in sort of being creative, it's one of the few human endeavors that you can get involved in, where you can, as Eno would say, crash your aeroplane and walk away from it. I think it's a sort of an intellectual field of adventure, and it can either be play or it can be war, or maybe a hybrid of both. And I find it an intoxicating parallel to my perceived reality, to be able to have this other one where you can explore anxieties and fears.
The installation or the performance with the skeleton, which is in the book. I don't know what the title is.
Cleaning the mirror.
Cleaning the mirror.
Cleaning the mirror, like cleaning the mirror, the mirror.
Yes.
That's the title.
Yes. Why is it called Cleaning the Mirror?
Because this is your ultimate mirror you look into. It's your skeleton. And, for me, it's really about the whole idea about that one of our biggest fear in our life is the fear of dying. Everybody is afraid of dying. And then they don't say to each other, or they try to, or do even to themselves, and they try to deny. In our culture, dying is never mentioned, really, in a way it should be. Especially, like somebody die in your family, okay, you're confronted. But in a relation, you don't want to be confronted with the mortality of your own self. And that's, I think, is very important to grow and to understand that actually we are temporary here. And there will be much less bullshit in our life if we deal in our life in this way. So the cleaning the skeleton is to remind you that actually that's your own mirror. That's the last one. And this is like to clean and to liberate my own self from fear of dying.
The more I learned that a major engine of creativity is our deepest existential terrors and fears, the more I realized I had to speak to David Lynch, the master of anxiety. But there was always an answering machine saying, if you're calling from Uganda, the fridge is already sold. This seemed to have more twists and turns than Mulholland Drive. It was as if the Svengali of the surreal was trying to draw me into yet another mystery.
I see. What is your name? Herman. Herman? Good to meet you, man. I gotta go. One short question. You make a hold in the elevator. Why? Why are you creative? Why are you doing what you're doing?
Good light here, Mr. Lynch. Just for a second, please. Your light is the best in Lost Highway, but this is my light.
In every human being, there's an urge to create. And that's just, I'm just a regular human being.
Okay, have a good trip in the elevator.
Okay, see you guys.
See you, bye.
Great light.
Up to your word, you were here.
Yeah, we have no choice as a paparazzi brother, so let's ask you again, why are you creative?
Because there's really nothing more thrilling than getting an idea and then translating it, realizing that idea, bringing something from the abstract to the material. You can create a new world. Well, they're not ever as low as Lost Highway. We were 6 inches off the surface of the road. Images, it's a question of if you're this high, it doesn't feel right. If you're down there, with the the headlights only illuminating so far, and then you're rushing into darkness. It's it makes you instantly dream and sit up a little bit more straight in the chair.
Did you sell the fridge?
Did I sell the refrigerator? I had sold it, but I received many calls with people wanting it from primarily from Uganda.
Thank you very much, David.
Lynch made me realize how dangerous these creative people can be. If you can get an audience to change their minds about reality, it's only a short step to having them actually change reality. For creativity to use its mind-bending skills as an instrument of social change, as a weapon of revolution.